97.7 710 ESPN, and in person, pressing the flesh at HPC.
It's time for the Rams postgame show on the ESPN LA Rams radio network.
We recap everything Rams Bucs right now on the Rams postgame show.
Now live from Hollywood Park Casino with Sua Cravens, here's your host, Travis Rogers.
Number one seed in the NFC through the first 12 weeks of the season. That would be your Los Angeles Rams, who are now 9-2 after a completely dominating 34-7 win against the visiting Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And so we were talking about it all pregame show about whether or not the Rams could take advantage of what Dallas did earlier and go out there and take care of business against the Bucs. And not only take care of business, they ended the game before even the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, I just had a feeling they would do so. This team was beat up, and you can just tell their spirit was crushed after that loss last week and limping into this game on the road. It would have been tough for them to pull out the victory, and the Rams handled business like they're supposed to.
It was really interesting because both of these teams had come through a really hard-fought, difficult game the week before. The Rams had gone through a game against Seattle that came down to the last-second kick. The Rams come out on the right side, and they looked energized and crisp and fast. The Bucs went through a tough loss in Buffalo. They came out, and they looked like they were ready to get run over from the jump.
Yeah, and you kind of saw that with the Seahawks today against Tennessee. That defense did not look like the same defense that was on the field with Los Angeles a week ago. When you go on the road and you lose a close game like that, a battle that it came down to the fourth quarter, it can be demoralizing. And sometimes when guys are licking their wounds and they're feeling like, woe is me, you can get caught up in a slump and lose games you're not supposed to. I'm not saying that the Bucs weren't supposed to lose today, but an example of that was today with the Seahawks. They almost lost to a bad Titans team.
And Baker Mayfield got hurt early. He basically didn't play in the second half. You could tell he was really limited even in the first half. He took a couple of tough shots, and once he was out, and even with him, it was really a mismatch most of the night. The Rams 9-2, the Bucs 6-5. Sua and Travis here at Hollywood Park Casino, but we don't come to Hollywood Park Casino. It's just the two of us. We come with Morales as well, who is with the people. Morales, what's going on out there?
Here's the thing, Trav. The 14-3 prediction is still intact.
You're looking pretty good.
It's looking good. I don't see too many gutless Buccaneers fans tonight, do I?
It's pretty late.
It is late. But we're here at Hollywood Park Casino.
We have a lady pirate coming through.
Oh, we have a lady pirate.
Oh, there you go.
Watch out, Scott Kaplan's going to get the lady pirate. But here's the thing. For our flagship here in Los Angeles, ESPN LA 710, morning man Scott Kaplan. I heard he was on the pregame show.
He was.
The Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff. Now he's stopping by the postgame show, Cappy.
Travis, you specifically mentioned in the pregame show that the Rams had not successfully kicked a field goal in 6 weeks.
That's right.
And they kicked 2 of them.
2.
How about that's something to celebrate.
And a 52-yarder.
Amazing. And I thought for McVey it was a great game, having a lead and being able to say, hey, let's test our field goal unit, because we talked in the pregame, right, Sue, about it wasn't just the kicker, it was the snapper, it was the line, it was the entire operation. So that was a good thing tonight. Scoring on defense always makes things easier. I just can't believe, though, looking at the final stats, no running game. There were 14 runs between Kyren Williams, and then there were 25 completed passes of, I think it was 35 passes for Stafford. So they barely ran the ball. And I don't know what they were doing throwing it all over. I was, Coach, let's go. Make this game move. Let's go.
They ran for 70 yards all night long.
Amazing. Corum had, I think, 7, and I think also Kyren had 7 carries.
Kyren had 12. Corum had 7. But Sean McVey doesn't run the ball. He throws the ball. He can't help himself. He has to throw the ball.
They had 7 carries when I left. It took me a little while to walk over here, all right?
Real quick, I want to do this here, even though we're the Rams postgame show. At the beginning of the season, Cappy was behind a certain team. A certain team from Oakland, once L.A., then Vegas. But, Cappy, I don't know if you heard, it is a final for Chip Kelly. How's that Raiders offense, baby?
Well, I believed in Pete Carroll. Sue, I think you and I both agreed we believed in Pete Carroll.
Don't drag me down.
Somebody down here with me. And firing Chip Kelly is an amazing thing because their offensive line is horrendous. You knew that they were going to get killed today because they have no offensive line, and Myles Garrett was coming. So the Raiders, I think, have officially hit the bottom of rock bottom when you lose to the Cleveland Browns.
They got killed by the Cleveland Browns.
With a quarterback making his first start.
Yeah, Shador looked great.
You'll hear Scott Kaplan tomorrow morning for our flagship in L.A., the Sedano and Cap Morning Show at 7 a.m. Cappy, go get some rest.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go get some sleep. Anybody Should I stop at an In-N-Out? I mean, I already had like a meatball sandwich.
You can never go wrong with that.
Double animal fries with chili.
Strawberry shake.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
And a milkshake.
Strawberry shake.
Oh, strawberry.
Yeah.
All right.
I go Neapolitan.
All right.
myself.
You want to get on the air, so you're right here. What's your name?
I mean, Matthew Stafford is just the
Well, what's your name, though?
My name is Laser, and
Laser?
Yes.
Oh, you know Will I Am or no?
Will I Am is also the GOAT.
That's an inside joke for our flagship in L.A. Sorry. Laser, you love Matthew Stafford, right?
I mean, if he's not introduced into the Hall
Not
of
fireworks,
Fame this
Laser.
year, what are we talking about?
All right, Laser, you have a good time at the game?
I had a great time, and honestly, I left at the third quarter because it was a lot.
Nothing left to see.
It was a fantastic game.
Go play some games over there at HPC.
Will do.
All right, Laser, take care. See, I'm with the people, Trav.
You always are.
I'm with Laser. I'm with Scott Kaplan.
You know what the people were shouting, though, today? After, I want to say, the 28-point lead? MVP. MVP.
Okay. Look, there's going to be some Drake May noise out there, but anybody that thinks that Drake May's playing better football than Matthew Stafford's not paying close enough attention.
They're not.
Matthew Stafford is operating on a level that we haven't seen in quite some time. In fact, why don't we come back and talk about Matthew Stafford coming up next, because he put himself in a very small group of people, a group of people which includes only
Goats.
MVPs. So we'll talk about that coming up next. It's the Rams postgame show where the Rams beat the Bucs 34-7 on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
I always give thanks for cash, but I'll never poo-poo a gift card from Mom. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Book a room with the view for as low as $129.
Number 2.
Morongo's got your Thanksgiving feast to go. Your choice of a whole turkey, glazed ham, or prime rib with 6 sides and dessert. Order yours now.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a Lincoln Nautilus November 30th.
Morongo, good times.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
When it comes to unique experiences, pick TickPick. You're picking the official fan experience partner of the Los Angeles Rams with no hidden fees ever. So pick TickPick for your chance to enjoy an all-exclusive experience at the TRD Pro Club at SoFi Stadium every game. A chance to experience the national anthem on the field, or the opportunity to spend time with friends and family on the field pregame or postgame. Don't let fees get between you and a great game day. Download the TickPick app and enjoy the best experiences supporting your Los Angeles Rams this year.
It's another exciting game day for Rams fans, and on game days, it's all about more. More action, more noise, and more savings. That's right, Rams fans save up to 35 cents per gallon on game days with a fuel rewards program from Shell. That means you can keep your tailgates going all season long. So don't drop the ball on saving more at the pump. Download the app, join the fuel rewards program, and take your savings all the way to the end zone. Terms and conditions apply. Visit www.fuelrewards.com/Rams for full offer details.
Hey, it's me, your heart valve. The blood flowy thing in your heart. Ooh, hear that? The whole stadium's cheering for heart valve screenings? Detecting heart valve disease is super important, especially if you're over 65. It's deadly if you don't treat it. That's right. Boo! Heart valve disease! Boo! Good news is, early detection saves lives. Go to listentoyourvalves.com and get screened for heart valve disease. Oh, and go Rams!
Your LA Rams have cemented themselves at the top of the NFC West standings after beating division rivals the Seattle Seahawks. Get ready for another electric matchup this Sunday, November 23rd, as Matthew Stafford and the Rams face off against Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers in a primetime Sunday night showdown at SoFi Stadium. The number 1 team in the NFC West versus the number 1 team in the NFC South. Secure your seat at therams.com/TB. Again, that's therams.com/TB. We'll see you at the Rams house.
This is the Rams postgame show on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
Week 12 Sunday Night Football is the final. The Rams, the Bucs, is in the books.
And live today from Hollywood Park Casino. Hollywood Park Casino, park, party, and play We react right now with Travis and Sue of the Rams postgame show. Your reaction at 877-710-ESPN.
You're listening to the Rams postgame show.
This is the Rams postgame show. Now live from Hollywood Park Casino. Back to Travis and Sua right now.
All Rams all night at SoFi Stadium. 34-7 is the final score. Sua's got a spread up here.
How much are you eating, man?
That's quite a haul you have.
I feel like I'm on college game day.
You've got
8:35. You got tacos, calamari, fries.
You're abusing the perks.
I don't blame
Everything is lovely at Hollywood Park Casino.
It is.
It is.
If I start pointing over there, it means I'm going in to steal an Al Pastor taco along the way.
No.
I didn't say anything.
No.
Not yet you didn't, but I know what's coming.
You can't Lady in the Tramp a taco, can you?
Why are you putting that idea?
I did one with a churro yesterday, but that's a different story.
I'm not surprised at all, quite frankly. Here are the numbers. 25 out of 35. 273 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and that was basically in a half. They took their foot off the gas in the second half. They had a 31-7 lead at the half. The game was over at the half, but Matthew Stafford had already put up numbers that would indicate that he is stacking accolades for his MVP season. Here's what happened today. With those 3 touchdown passes, he threw his 30th touchdown pass of the season. He's only thrown 2 interceptions all season long, so he becomes just the 4th player to have 30 or more touchdowns with fewer than 5 interceptions through the first 11 games of the season. The other 3 guys that have done it are Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, and Aaron Rodgers, and all of those 3 guys won the MVP in the season that they did it. He's going to win the MVP, isn't he, if he stays healthy?
100%. The only way he doesn't win the MVP is if he somehow finds a way to reach 10 interceptions in the next 6 to 7 games.
Yeah.
And if the Rams completely just blew first place and just gave it away to the Eagles by like 3
Which
or 4
sounds
games.
impossible to think of.
It sounds impossible. So
He's doing stuff that makes – he's doing difficult things and making it look very easily. We saw a couple of balls that he threw sidearm today. We saw a couple of balls that were so on the money that it looked easy, but these are little 25-yard fades into the corner and Devontae Adams. It's like he set it in his hands that he's just operating in a level, even of a guy that was probably going to the Hall of Fame already, but he feels like he's taking his game to another place.
And all of this to say that people were saying that he wasn't going to be able to play this year. He didn't do any offseason, and they thought they cloned him. There was that whole rumor that he was cloned and whatever.
It was the veneers.
It's crazy.
No, and not to knock what Drake May's doing because he made some throws today where I'm like, Jesus,
sure.
That youngin is balling, and they're number 1 in the AFC, and they have every right to feel like their quarterback is the guy. But when you look at what Stafford's doing and how easy it is for him, it's scary that he's doing it at this age.
And not just the numbers that he's putting up, but relative to May in particular, it's what they're asking him to do with that offense. The amount of information and decision making that's on his plate is, it's an 11 out of 10. Like it's quarterbacking at the very highest level. No shade at May at all, who's been great this year, but they're not asking him to do what Sean McVey is asking Matthew Stafford to do.
And there's a different feeling when I'm watching Stafford play. I never doubt that the Rams are going to score when they need to. I never feel like the game is out of reach, even if they're behind, and even if the offense isn't playing well in the first half with how good and consistent Stafford has been this year. I never feel like the Rams are out of it.
So this just in from Adam Schefter, said the Bucs head coach Todd Bowles told reporters that Baker Mayfield sprained his left shoulder and will undergo an MRI on Monday to determine the extent of his injury.
That's a big deal for them, by the way, because with the loss tonight, the Bucs fall to 6-5. Carolina plays tomorrow night. Carolina beats San Francisco, which is not out of the realm of possibility. Carolina is now in first place in that division, and it felt like Tampa not only was going to run away with that, but they were going to contend for a top seed. And all of a sudden, they're in a fight with the division race, and they're going to have to play Teddy Bridgewater, quarterback, potentially.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield getting hurt was the last thing they needed. I told you this team's been bitten by the injury bug, and it's just getting worse and worse. And at this point, we don't know who's going to win that division. It's pretty bad. It's crazy that the Panthers are competitive, are in a position to win that division. We need the Falcons to lose. Winning today was big for them, though.
You mentioned it, Sue, the fact that it always feels like the Rams are able to move the ball when they need to move the ball. And there was a good example when Tampa scored their 1 touchdown of the night, and we'll talk about the Rams defense coming up here in just a little bit because they were just as good as the offense. But the Rams immediately get the ball back, 5 plays later, minute and 40 seconds later, they're back in the end zone again and just immediately erased that score. That it was almost, oh, yeah, that's fine. You just need to get another one. Fine. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. It was too easy tonight.
They stormed down the field without question. I thought that touchdown, okay. They took their foot off the gas. They let him get one. Baker converts 2 third downs and lowers his shoulder, which is the reason he got knocked out the game. And I'm like, oh, well, here he goes now. Tampa's they're gonna make a run. Nope. Rams go 5, 6, 7 plays down, touchdown, and that's just the end of that.
I will say the Devontae Adams, the 2-yard line, is turning into as good and easy to bet of a play as the tush push. Yeah. It's like within 1 or 2 yards, the Rams are going to score either with a Kyron Williams run in or Devontae Adams.
And the messed up part about that is last week, Devontae scored off that little 1-step slant, and they go and try to double it, and then McVey sends them on a double move outside and then just hands the ball off because he knows the safety's now occupying the double, so they're light in the box. How do you stop that?
I don't know how you stop it because it felt like they were able to do whatever they wanted tonight. And kind of going back to what we're talking about, Devontae Adams had a great night. He had 5 catches, 62 yards, a pair of touchdowns. He still didn't catch the most balls on the team. That was still Puka, who had 7 for 97, no touchdowns. But look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different guys caught a pass tonight. And I think that's the next evolution of this offense. Before, even going back a few years ago, like Robert Woods might have a big day, or Cooper Kupp might have a big day, or Puka Nacua might have a big day. But it was rare where you'd see 7, 8, 9 different receivers be involved in this tight ends, backs, and really all season long spreading the ball around.
All season long. Everybody's getting love. All the tight ends are getting the ball. All the receivers are getting. I think we saw Mumfrees.
He had 2.
So, and those were 2 clutch catches over the middle. Like, these are not easy grabs, and they have an embarrassment of talent in the receiving room where I think that there's going to be a point in the season, 14 or 15 is the number, where you're going to see a lot of these young, talented receivers get a lot of opportunities. I think they'll be resting starters.
14 might be the number if Morales has it his way, but it might be 15, Chris, because
you still win.
They don't look 15? Like they're getting ready to lose a game anytime soon.
So here's the thing. 14-3 prediction that I made to Rams general manager Les Snead. I shook his hand and I looked in his eyes, Sua, and he said, "You're a positive young man. We did this at training camp." So here's what's left. Now I have the Panthers beating the Niners tomorrow night. That's my 5 in our little point spread thing.
Sure.
Because I need to make up points on my co-host, but
taking big swings.
I'm taking a big swing. But next Sunday, early game in the early window in Carolina against the Panthers. Let's just say win.
Yes.
Week 14 in Arizona.
Yes.
Win. Week 15, we're back home here at SoFi. Late window, 125 game of the week against the Lions.
Coin flip.
Week 16 at Seattle. 5:15 game. Thursday night.
Tough place to win.
That's the one where I think the loss is still up there.
Yeah.
Week 17 at Atlanta, Monday night game. Think that's a win. Week 18, back home, final game of the season against Arizona. So we don't know if it's Saturday or Sunday.
We're at Arizona next week.
No,
Carolina, then Arizona.
Carolina's okay.
So I still believe it's that game in Seattle in Week 16 that's the loss.
There's 2 games there's one game they probably won't be favored in, maybe, and that's the Seattle one. And then the Detroit. You saw Detroit today. They're all over the place. They're totally all over the place. They look great for stretches of time, and they look dreadful for other stretches.
They're like the Bills. Again, I keep going on with the Bills that they don't look that amazing.
They don't.
For the way that people talk about Josh Allen and that organization.
Jameis Winston and an interim head coach nearly beat the Giants.
Yes.
They nearly beat the Lions today, and they probably should have had they gone about it in a more traditional
you think
sense.
that you think there could be no losses left out there?
The only one that I think the scheduled loss is Seattle. Short week on the road against a team that's going to really probably need it to be in the state for seeding and everything else. But the other ones, they're going to be favored in every other one of those games. So that certainly gives them a pretty good spot. Sean McVey spoke with Maurice Jones-Drew, JB Long, after the game. You're going to hear from that coming up next on the Rams postgame show on the ESPN Only Rams Radio Network.
Hey, Rams fans, we've teamed up with Bloom Ranch to ensure we have the healthiest fans in the league. That's why we're committed to delivering some of the freshest fruits and veggies to your door. And here's the best part. The first 100 boxes are on us. That's right. We're giving away the first 100 boxes. After that, enjoy 30% off on your first box upon signing up at www.bloomranchofacton.com and enter promo code ThankYouRams. There are no fans like Rams fans. Winning and getting healthier together is the real flex. So hurry, this offer won't last forever. Follow Bloom Ranch on IG and share how you're getting healthier using #BloomRamFit.
Officer? Could I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end December 1st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Transitioning out of the military, it's difficult. Just about everything around you changes. I would get phone calls that brothers were dying, some of them to suicide. And I'd found myself in another cold cemetery. And I started to wonder if I was next. It's a struggle to know that you're facing challenges, but not be ready to face them. Sleep doesn't come easy, and when it comes, it doesn't last long. You're tired all the time. I didn't reach out for that help, but thank God my wife did. She got me registered for Wounded Warrior Project. Talking to somebody that would listen to me and understood my story helped me realize that it was time to change. There's a new fight, there's a new mission, and that's something I am eternally grateful for.
See how we help warriors combat stigma at woundedwarriorproject.org/combat stigma.
This is the Rams postgame show on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
Rams Week 12, football night in America against the Bucs is a final from SoFi Stadium.
We react right now on the Rams postgame show, live from Hollywood Park Casino. Hollywood Park Casino Park Party and Play.
Now live from Hollywood Park Casino, back to Travis and Sua right now.
34-7, the final score from SoFi Stadium. The Rams all over the Bucs, and it was not that close. 34-7. It was 31-7 at the end of the first half, and the Rams were in complete control all night long, not just because Matthew Stafford was operating at a high level, but because that defense was absolutely fantastic as well. And I want to spend some time talking about them. But Sue, you said something very funny to me when we saw Aaron Donald being introduced during the game. They had a nice halftime ceremony celebrating Aaron Donald. It was Aaron Donald bobblehead night tonight. And you said it, he goes, the best defensive player in the building isn't even playing tonight, and that was Aaron Donald.
Yeah, I think if he were to play right now, he'd be the best player on the Rams defense and be challenging
and they
Myles
got good
Garrett
players
for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
He's that good.
Yeah, no, he's just not that the Rams don't have. I mean, the Rams have got some guys.
Great
we
guys.
saw 2 Jared Verse sacks tonight. We saw 2 Kobe Turner sacks tonight. Byron Young is having a great
some
season.
Great guys.
They got good guys.
Just don't got Aaron Donald. It's that simple.
And he still looks like he could come out there, doesn't he?
I told you, he almost broke my hand at the Coliseum the other day. I went up to him. He was walking out the tunnel. I'm like, those were really 160s? And then he's like, of course. And I'm like, I'm just messing with you. And yeah, almost lost my fingers. So that's how strong he is.
Yeah, he's a little different. He's a little different than the rest of them out there. Let's take a listen from Sean McVey, who spoke with JB and Maurice Jones-Drew after the 34-7 win.
Welcome back to Sunday Night Football at SoFi Stadium, where the Rams left no doubt 34-7 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And for Sean McVey, it's his 8th winning season in 9 campaigns. Still a long way to go, but what a great start. 6 in a row. Congratulations,
Yeah,
Sean.
proud of the guys. They did a great job. I thought we came out ready to go right from the jump. Defense was outstanding. I thought Kobe Durant's, pick 6 kind of really opened the game up big. I thought offensively we started off really sharp, and then you're kind of just competing against the clock when we're up as we were and just kind of getting out of the game. But, man, I was proud of our football team. And, It's another one, and then stay humble and go try to stack another one next week.
Coach, you put 3 guys on IR, obviously Rob Havenstein, Higbee, Quentin Lake. We didn't hear McClendon's name at all tonight, and then the tight end stepped up again. What does that say about the depth of your team and how confident you feel in running your offense with the guys that are stepping in now?
Yeah, a lot of confidence. You know, you miss those 3 players a lot, and they mean a whole lot to us, but man, Warren has done outstanding. Thought the tight ends had another good, solid performance, and Josh Wallace just answered the bell in a big way. You don't replace those guys, but love this football team, love the way those guys stepped up. I'm really proud of Warren McClendon. He's been outstanding.
It's been a long time since the Rams have kicked a field goal, but you turned to Mevis and he stripes two.
Yeah, that was cool.
Will you sleep easy tonight?
Yeah,
Haven't seen that?
I was really proud of him, and to be able to hit the 52-yarder as clean as he did too. I think that operation, we put a lot of work into that, and you're starting to see a lot of the things start to pay off, and I'm really proud of that group, and it was outstanding.
Talk to you tomorrow, Sean.
Thanks, guys.
All right, 34-7, the final from SoFi Stadium. That's the head coach, Sean McVey. You heard that. 8 winning seasons officially with the win tonight in the 9 years that he's been the head coach of the Rams. We'll pick that up in a second, but as you know, we're here at Hollywood Park Casino, and that means that Morales is with the people.
All right, Trav, first off, the calamari that Sue is having is amazing.
He's still working on the tacos.
I know. Great food here at HPC. Yeah. Gary from Oceanside, he was at the game. Look at this jacket. Stand up, Gary.
Pretty good, doing? Gary.
That's a good jacket, Gary.
Pretty good.
What'd you think about the game tonight against the Bucs?
Oh, it was awesome. First off, it was great that we actually felt like we had a home field advantage tonight.
It's true.
It was predominantly Rams fans. The energy was really high, and I like to think it, helped on the field in the play because they came out and they were lights out.
Now, Gary, I have a 14-3 prediction this season. How do you think I'm looking as we finish off Week 12? What do you think that other loss out there? They only got 2 losses right now.
I think it's possible.
You think it's possible, right?
I think it's highly possible.
Gary, we got to believe. Shake my hand. We got to believe, Gary.
That's right.
You wanted to hug it out? We can hug it out, too. That's fine. That's right. All right, back to you. I'm going to keep hugging it out with Gary. Back to you.
You and Gary do your thing over there, and Sue and I will carry on over here. You heard JB say it to Sean McVey. Sean McVey's been the head coach of the Rams. This is his 9th season here. With the win tonight, they go to 9-2, which means they are guaranteed a winning season for the 8th time in 9 years. Now, I know that you got to have a quarterback. I know that you got to have playmakers. You got to have a defense that can keep the other guy out of the end zone, et cetera, et cetera.
Head coach matters.
Stuff. It may be the most important thing, or at least equal to your quarterback. And when they hired Sean McVey, it completely changed the entire destiny of this organization because since he's gotten here, they've been good every single season but one, and that was when they were pulling guys out of the police academy to play on the offense. Literally, that's what was happening. They were just destroyed by injuries, but every time you give him even half of a hand, he's able to play it and win the pot.
Okay, so I guess my question for you would be, in a world where Sean McVay took the Amazon deal and said, I'm done coaching, I just want to be an analyst and talk ball and be home.
And we have Kevin O'Connell as our head coach, which might have been what happened or Raheem Morris.
Yeah.
Are the Rams currently in their same position that they're in?
I don't think so. And that's no disrespect to Kevin O'Connell or Raheem Morris or anybody else. Sean McVay is on a very small group of people that is unequivocally a difference maker. There are guys that are good. There are guys that are not good. There are a lot of guys in the middle that just are kind of guys that are in there doing the job. If you have him in your organization, you have an advantage. The same way that Andy Reid has an advantage. The same way that, Bill Belichick, when he was at the peak of his powers, had an advantage. But they have, if not the best coach in the league, very close to the best coach in the league, and it's made a difference. They played 9 seasons. He's been and had a winning record 8 times. That's not a coincidence.
No, it's not. And you said it. I was just about to say, if the moment Andy Reid decides to hang it up, I think Kansas City will take a major dip.
Yeah.
Even with Mahomes.
You got to have all of those components, and the Rams have all of the components right now, including a kicker. Let's talk a little bit about how that changes things a little bit. They got the thicker kicker who banged in a 52-yarder, made 2 kicks tonight. That's all coming up on the Rams postgame show on the ESPN LA Rams radio network.
The town loves a good highlight. But what happens after the lights go out? That's where real work starts. At Vista Paint, we're here for the ones that don't skip prep, who show up early, tape clean edges, and don't cut corners. We make the paint that covers, sticks, and gets it done. Going strong past the hype, because the best jobs don't need a filter, just the right tools. When you're working late and pushing through the weekend, you need a partner that stands with you. No gimmicks, no shortcuts. Just reliable products and local service you can trust. Vista Paint. No flash, just finish.
The clock's ticking at Toyota's Here and Now sales event. The Toyota car, truck, or SUV that fits your life is here, and now's the time to make it yours. There are great deals on fuel-efficient Camrys and Corollas, on adventurous RAV4s and 4Runners, on powerful Tacomas and Tundras. This is your moment. The time to drive home your new Toyota is here and now. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
I noticed that my central vision started to blur.
Figures that are usually straight started to distort to become wavy.
What are these little dark spots with blurring that I'm seeing?
There's a blind spot like a blob over my vision now.
Is my vision lost forever?
Why did I wait so long to see a retina specialist?
Retinal disease can steal your eyesight, but it doesn't have to. Patients who seek care from a retina specialist in a timely manner have the best chance of preventing vision loss due to age-related macular degeneration or diabetic retinopathy. AMD symptoms to look out for are distortion or warping of straight lines, as well as blurred or loss of central vision. Patients with diabetic retinopathy should seek treatment if they notice the appearance of spots or floaters or blurred and distorted vision. Don't delay seeing a retina specialist. It's worth the visit to save your vision so you don't miss out on life's precious moments, like seeing your grandchild grow up, enjoying a sunset with that special someone, or reading a good book. Visit seeforalifetime.org.
This is the Rams postgame show on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
Week 12 Sunday Night Football is the final. The Rams, the Bucs, is in the books.
And live today from Hollywood Park Casino. Hollywood Park Casino, park, party, and play. We react right now with Travis and Sue on the Rams postgame show. Your reaction at 877-710-ESPN.
You're listening to the Rams postgame show.
This is the Rams postgame show. Now live from Hollywood Park Casino. Back to Travis and Sua right now.
34-7, all Rams at SoFi Stadium. The Rams defense, fantastic. Matthew Stafford continued his push to win his first ever career MVP at 37 years old, and doing it with 3 touchdowns and no interceptions again tonight will certainly help make that case along the way. With the win tonight, combined with the loss earlier, Philadelphia blew a big lead against the Cowboys. Cowboys come back and beat the Eagles in Dallas. The Rams are now alone on top of the NFC as the number 1 seed at 9-2. It is the latest that the Rams have had the number 1 seed in the NFC since Week 13 of the 2018 season.
No, this is the first time they've had it since then.
First time since then. First time since Week 13 in 2018. And look, I know there's long way to go. I know there's a lot of things that can happen between then and now, Sua, but not only are they the best team in the NFC seeding-wise, but just they passed the eye test, too, as the best team in the NFC.
Yeah, they are the best team in the NFC. They're sitting pretty first place. It's alone at the top.
Yeah.
And now you don't need to rely on anybody to do your job for you. You don't need anybody to lose. You don't need anybody to win. Just handle business. It's a race. Get to 15, I think. Get to 15, you can sit your starters.
They certainly are on track to get to 15 for sure, and you can sit your starters, still hold on to that number 1 seed as well. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
Hi, this is Sean McVey of your LA Rams. The Rams play here, KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
And what that number 1 seed does, too, Sue, is it just eliminates all of those variables that we've seen the Rams have to deal with in the past. Last year, it was in the snow in Philadelphia. Now, they showed up and played really well, had a chance to win the game at the end. The year before that, you had to go into a very hostile Detroit situation and, much more difficult to win on the road in a loud environment. Now everybody's got to come through SoFi if, in fact, they can hold on to this.
Yeah, and that first seed is everything because you don't want to end up in a situation where you allow the Eagles to crawl back into the first place and give them the bye. Because right now, if people don't know, the Bears are first place in their division.
Yeah.
If the Bears win that division, you're going to get the Lions first round.
Yeah, you might.
That's the worst possible matchup you can get for the Rams. It defeats the whole purpose of winning this amount of games. If you're going to do this, you got to go all in on the first seed. Let the Eagles knock out your hardest competition in hopes that somebody fumbles or stumbles so you get the lesser opponent.
And just get beat up a little bit, too, right? I mean, by that time of the season, you've been playing football for 4.5 months. Your body's not feeling all that great, and one extra game can be all the difference right there. I know we have a segment coming up later where we're going to kind of go through the rest of the league, but you brought him up. I know they're 8-3, so I just can't with the Bears.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. You are what your record says you are. I know the quote from Bill Parcells, but I'm sorry, that just does not feel like an 8-3 team.
I'm fingers crossed that the Lions snap out of it and the Bears fall off their high horse and they flop positions to where the Bears will be the opponent that the Rams play if a mishap happens.
So, and an easy first-round exit, whoever is going to play the Bears.
Yes, because I don't want to play the Seahawks either in the first round.
Well, no, but look, you get that bye. You let everybody punch you on each other. It's that wild card weekend, and then you get the weakest of the remaining seeds there. So you're going to get the best possible version. You're going to get it at home. And like, we're here at Hollywood Park Casino. One of the listeners was saying here a second ago that SoFi, there was a distinct home field advantage tonight. And we know what it's been in the past. We know what it's been like when the 49ers or the Cowboys or the Eagles have come through here in the past. But the more you win, the more you have nights like this, the more you have championship caliber teams and championship caliber seasons, the more and more that home field advantage is going to start to be real.
I mean, if you want your team to have a home field advantage, as a fan, you need to pull up and show out every weekend. If you want it to mean something, if you want to be known for it, pull up and do your part. Like when I remember I grew up a Steelers fan. When they were really good, everybody was in those sub-zero temperatures waving a terrible towel. That was a part of it. It wasn't just dealing with Troy Polamalu and everybody else on that defense. It was the crowd, the elements, everything. The Rams can have that. SoFi is a beautiful place. You can pack this place out, have a sea of blue. That's very intimidating to come into with a number one offense in the NFL.
Was it Polamalu that made you a Steelers fan? Is it an SC thing?
Yeah, SC. Well, okay. I was given a black and yellow blanket. I liked the colors. I saw them playing, and then he also happened to be on the team.
Okay, I figured it was a Troy thing. I figured it's an SC defensive back, secondary player thing. I thought that's where it came from.
I think this is a really cool sentiment from Sean McVey. So he said this actually earlier this week on Mason and Ireland, but he's repeating it now at the podium after the game. And someone asked him about, they're in the first place in the NFC. We mentioned that stat that they hadn't been in first place in the NFC since 2018. And he says this, do you remember who was in first place with 6 weeks left last year? Me neither.
Yeah.
They're keeping their foot on the gas, maybe not in the game, but in terms of their season, they know that this isn't the goal.
And this kind of comes back to what we were talking about a second ago, what you're talking about right there, Em. This is a head coach that is not going to allow all of the stuff that Travis Rogers and Sua Cravens and all of this that talk on these shows all day long. We can be excited about
what do you mean? He's listening right now, isn't he?
But this guy is probably in there churning out tape right now, getting ready for Carolina. Like he is just this relentless machine and making sure that his players are prepared for these situations. We can talk about it and enjoy it, but there are other places where that stuff could kind of seep in. I don't think it's going to seep in that way.
Honestly, he feels and seems healthier, clearer,
seems
like
motivated.
better thought process than he has when they won the last Super Bowl. This team, do you guys think this is a better team than that Super Bowl winning team?
Because it has a defense that feels different.
I feel like this offense is the most consistent offense they've had. This offense is scary because it's not even like it's Puka going off for 200 and Devontae and Devontae had an amazing catch on third down that kept a drive. No, it's anything they want, they can get it whenever they want it.
They have multiple weapons. Devontae Adams is a weapon. Puka Nacua is a weapon. Matthew Stafford is a weapon. Kyren Williams might not be, Barry Sanders when it comes to breaking off crazy highlight runs, but he's effective week after week after week. The defense gets after the quarterback. They take the ball away. They scored a touchdown tonight, and now that our kicker can finally make some kicks, they try to kick for the first time in a million years. You're checking just about every now. Now you just got to stay healthy. You got to get a little lucky and hope that you play well.
Got to stay healthy. Definitely, I think that's the biggest key. If the Rams can stay healthy, Puka especially can stay healthy, they'll be just fine going to the playoffs.
And I think that's what the IR is for. We're not going to force these guys to play because we don't have to. And we honestly got to see them get a little rest in this game. You pull out to a big lead, you can rest a little bit. You don't have to be out there for every single
unless you're Matthew Stafford, who doesn't come off the field
and wants to put up yards
for any reason whatsoever. We'll talk about what's coming up next. We'll get into the Carolina Panthers. That's where the Rams are headed in Week 13 of the season. It could be, by the way, playing another first-place team. That could be 3 weeks in a row where they have to play a first-place team. That would be Seattle, Tampa today, and if Carolina can beat the 49ers tomorrow, Carolina would be the first-place team in the NFC South. We're going to get into all of that, plus we're going to hear from Matthew Stafford as well. It's all coming up on the Rams postgame show on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
Coach, the energy out there felt different. What changed for the team today?
It was the new game day scratchers from the California Lottery.
Play is everything. Those games sent the team's energy through the roof.
Are you saying it was the off-field play that made the difference on the field?
Hey, a little play makes your day, and today, it made the game. That's all for now.
Coach, one more question.
Play the new Los Angeles Rams Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to purchase, play, or claim.
Some things are better live. That's why at Unified Financial Credit Union, we staff our call center with live Unified team members. So instead of this...
Sorry, there's no one available to take your call.
You get this.
This is John from Unify. How are you today?
So whether you need to move money, open a credit card, or take out an auto loan, you can connect live with a Unified team member in any state, 7 days a week. Unified Financial Credit Union. Connect your way. Now the official credit union of the Los Angeles Rams. Unified is an equal opportunity lender insured by NCUA.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Touchdown. Score big savings with the Albertsons or Vons for You app. It's like having a personal quarterback calling the plays on your wallet. Shop smart, save more. Every time you shop, simply enter your number at checkout and watch the savings add up. Earn points for cash off on gas or groceries. Plus get weekly personalized deals to save even more. It's a winning combination. Download the Albertsons or Vons for You app for free today and start scoring touchdowns on your grocery bill. Full program details available on the app or at Vons or Albertsons.com. Your LA Rams have cemented themselves at the top of the NFC West standings after beating division rivals the Seattle Seahawks. Get ready for another electric matchup this Sunday, November 23rd, as Matthew Stafford and the Rams face off against Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers in a primetime Sunday night showdown at SoFi Stadium. The number one team in the NFC West versus the number one team in the NFC South. Secure your seat at therams.com/TB. Again, that's therams.com/TB. We'll see you at the Rams house.
I always give thanks for cash, but I'll never poo-poo a gift card from Mom. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Book a room with the view for as low as $129.
Number 2.
Morongo's got your Thanksgiving feast to go. Your choice of a whole turkey, glazed ham, or prime rib with 6 sides and dessert. Order yours now.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a Lincoln Nautilus November 30th.
Morongo, good times.
This is the Rams postgame show on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
Rams Week 12, football night in America against the Bucs is a final from SoFi Stadium.
We react right now on the Rams postgame show, live from Hollywood Park Casino. Hollywood Park Casino Park Party and Play.
Now live from Hollywood Park Casino, back to Travis and Sua right now.
34-7 final score. Rams all over the Bucs, and Morales is 14-3, looking pretty good, if not a little underwhelming. Maybe a 15-2 run the way that things have been going.
I'm not going to get greedy, Trav.
Why not?
You can't
Be
get greedy.
Be greedy.
14-3 is quite sufficient.
Do you still win if they go 15-2, or is that wrong? You were wrong.
I think then I get a bonus point, I think.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
So do you think 14 wins is enough to hold on to the number 1?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. If Philly doesn't lose again, they still would lose. If the Rams drop one more, they're back to the number 2.
Yeah.
That's where and then the Bears, I know this sounds stupid,
no
but
way,
the Bears are 8, like they're 8-3. I mean, they have the same record as the Eagles. I know it sounds stupid, but they're 8-3. They're right there.
They are 8-3.
That's the biggest smoke and mirrors I've ever seen in my life.
You know, Caleb didn't have a bad year last year. I hated that everybody was like, oh, he's a bust, and they were crowning Bo Nix Rookie of the Year, and Bo Nix and Caleb's numbers were almost identical. So Caleb's not a bad quarterback. I'm definitely surprised that Ben Johnson in year 1 has got this team looking like this, because I believed in them last year when they brought Keenan Allen in, and I'm thinking, okay, here they go. They got all the weapons, and we saw nothing. They don't even use Cole Kmet anymore, and they've hit a stride.
Matthew Stafford is our player of the game after throwing for 273 yards and 3 touchdowns, 25 out of 35 overall, and puts him in some very rarefied company of guys that have thrown 30 or more touchdown passes with 5 or fewer interceptions through the first 11 games of the season. there have been 3 other people that have done it. Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, all 3 of them in the season that they did it won the MVP. Feels like we're going to go 4 for 4.
Yeah. Unless Jackson Smith and Jigba breaks the...
Not a chance.
You don't think so?
They won't give it to a wide receiver.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
Even with the year okay, what about Myles Garrett? Myles Garrett has 18 sacks with 6
JSN,
games
I think, has got a
left.
better chance. The Browns are awful. You can't give the MVP to a team that's going to win 4 or 5 games.
See, they say that doesn't matter,
They're
but
lying.
it 100% matters.
Yeah, they're absolutely lying. Your player of the game is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. It's the Here and Now sales event. The clock is ticking. Don't wait to grab a deal on a new Toyota. We make it easy. It really is kind of remarkable that a guy who had a bad back, who for the last 2 seasons the Rams have been like, if you want to look around, go ahead.
Yep.
Doesn't really play at all in the training camp. Never mind the preseason games, but he doesn't participate in much camp at all.
Falling off the bone.
And he shows up and he's going to put up an MVP season in year 37. That just doesn't make any sense at all.
Maybe that was the right concept, is letting him go. Like, oh, yeah, if you want to look around, go ahead. Maybe that motivated him.
Why didn't somebody jump at that?
I know
because he was old.
I guess so, but my goodness, now all of a sudden it changes everything. I know that the Rams have the Falcons' first-round pick, which will probably be a top 10 pick.
You want it to be
higher.
You want to keep rooting against the Falcons now.
And now it could be. Do you draft your quarterback of the future? Maybe not, because the crop. I mean,
it is
crop
what it is.
of quarterbacks that is crap that's coming out isn't great. Or now all of a sudden, if Stafford's got another year or 2 left, or maybe who knows how much more.
You're so greedy tonight. Let's not get greedy. Maybe let's just make this
that offensive line.
If this year is
going into the secondary,
if this year is 14-3 or 15-2, and you win the Super Bowl,
yeah.
I think
walk-off shot?
You walk off.
You do the Elway walk-off?
You have to.
And by the way, he would be the oldest person to win the MVP for the first time.
Wow.
He is the oldest person to win it for the first time. He's not the oldest person to win the MVP. He'd be the 3rd oldest person ever to win the MVP.
You should definitely pull the Kershaw if they won the Super Bowl. We should definitely say I'm
but here's the difference.
Kershaw, you can't go, come on now.
Kershaw was held together with spit and
got 1 out in the World Series. Let's calm down.
Pretty big out.
It was.
It was a pretty big out.
Let's calm down.
But just a GOAT calling it at the perfect time.
But he's playing like Yamamoto,
yeah.
Not like Kershaw.
Yeah. Right.
He's firing at a level that is better than anyone else in the league. He's not holding on like Kershaw. He is the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah, he is.
By the way, you were talking about the Eagles. You realize who they're playing in Week 13, right?
The Eagles?
Yeah.
No.
The Bears.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. On that Friday game.
That'll decide
Coming
a
up
lot.
the day
Oh,
after
the Black Friday game?
The Black Friday game against
Short
the
week.
Bears.
That'll decide a
They're
lot.
going to kill the Bears, right?
Hosting the Bears.
And last year, the Bears had that weird game against the Lions where
Yeah.
they almost beat them, and they had like that. They messed it up somehow. Remember that?
Yeah.
Don't the Bears own the tiebreaker over the Eagles because they beat the Cowboys?
Oh, is it I think the first tiebreaker is record within the conference, and then the next one is common opponent.
Right,
Yeah.
because
They're going to have a head-to-head. So the first tiebreaker is always head-to-head. So head-to-head, that'll get taken care of next
What
week.
if they don't kill the Bears? What if the Bears somehow pull that off?
That's great news for the Rams.
Yeah, no, it is. And then the Eagles go in Week 14. They come here to play the Chargers, win, play the Raiders in Week 15 at home in Philly.
You think the Raiders will still have a team by Week 15?
Okay.
You think they just decide to close the building up and go home?
How about Week 16 host the Commanders, win. Week 17 hosts the Bills.
That's a must-win for the Bills, too, because the Patriots are balling.
They have the Commanders again at the end, right?
At the end, Week 18, they host the Commanders.
Yeah.
So, honestly, the Bears, Chargers on a Monday night game, you never know, at home.
Chargers are impossible to predict.
Yes, and then that Bills game. So the Eagles actually got some work to do. They got a lot more work to do in the last part of the season than the Rams do.
The Rams have one really tough game coming up here in a few weeks, 3 weeks from now against the Lions, and then immediately after that, on a short week, they go to Seattle. So not only do they have those 2 games, they have those 2 games back-to-back.
Yeah.
That's
They're on
tricky.
the road the next 2 weeks?
They're on the road for 2 weeks, at Carolina, at Arizona, and then they come back to play the Lions.
Can I show you guys a staggering thing that I just looked at when I looked at the standings? Point differential. So Rams are plus 127. The Eagles are plus 30.
Wow.
That tells a lot of story.
Is that
That's a
The
lot
closest
of
to
story.
the Seahawks that to the point differential at plus 107.
By the way, the Rams could have run it up tonight, too. They could have scored a couple more touchdowns if they wanted to. They just took their foot. I don't want to say took their foot off the gas, but let's just keep this clock running and get out of here.
Yeah, they did.
Right.
They did.
Yeah.
That is the best team in the NFL through 12 weeks and I don't think that there's a compelling argument for another team. There are other, but right now, that's the best team in the league, and I don't think there's a close second.
You know what? As I watch everyone here at HPC, you know what was a huge hit tonight? Aaron Donald bobblehead night, which makes you wonder, for the first ever bobblehead night that I can remember the Rams ever doing, or an NFL team, at least that I know of.
Yeah.
Now do we have a sea of Rams bobbleheads that hit the market?
Great. The Dodgers have 3 a week.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
when's the Les Snead bobblehead coming?
All of them. Sean McVey, Les Snead, Harrison Mevis. Let's get a thicker kicker bobblehead. Let's get them all going, right? I mean, why not? Who doesn't love a bobblehead?
Tutu Atwell bobblehead.
Yeah. I mean, it could be put him on the dashboard. little one, right? Tutu's a little guy.
God,
all right.
Just always trying to take a swing at anybody who's not tall.
We've all got our lanes that we like to do. 34-7 is the final score. The Rams all over the Bucs. We'll come back. We'll get you ready for that game against Carolina. We'll take a look around the rest of the league as well. It's all coming up on the Rams postgame show on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
Thank you for listening to Rams Buccaneers tonight from the Palace in Inglewood.
Rams football is presented by Call Jacob. A lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob and he will win for you. Call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB or visit calljacob.com.
Officer, could I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end December 1st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
From South LA to East LA, Sedano and Cap bring the city together.
Well, I do feel very connected to East LA, to all my people at Garfield High, Roosevelt High, and to all the people right there at the Whittier Boulevard right there. I'm telling you, man, people have come up to me and they're like, East Side Cap in the house. You were in my hood. That's right, I was.
Wake up with the morning show, Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7, only on ESPN LA.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm gonna take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Having low income can mean making tough choices. Choosing between paying for food or medication or a place to live is a reality for many people. Do you know someone who could use some extra help? Find out about the Supplemental Security Income Program, SSI, administered by Social Security. You could receive monthly SSI payments if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. SSI is money you can use to help pay for basic needs, like putting food on the table, keeping the lights on, paying the rent. It can mean new shoes for growing feet or help with medical needs. Call 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSI to schedule an appointment or start to apply today. That's ssa.gov/SSI. This message produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
This is the Rams postgame show on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
Week 12 Sunday Night Football is the final. The Rams, the Bucs, is in the books.
And live today from Hollywood Park Casino, Park Party and Play. We react right now with Travis and Sue on the Rams postgame show. Your reaction at 877-710-ESPN.
You're listening to the Rams postgame show.
This is the Rams postgame show. Now live from Hollywood Park Casino. Back to Travis and Sue right now.
Baker in the gun. 2nd down and 12. Sets his feet early. Throws right flat. Bubbled. And it is taken away. Ripped away. K-Dot couldn't control it. It's Durant down the left sideline. Only Baker in front of him. Cuts back to the end zone. The land shark takes a bite out of Baker and the Bucs. An interception for Durant for the 2nd week in a row. And this one he houses. With 1:42 to go in the first quarter, 13-zip LA. Cade Otton on the right side bobbled once, twice, 3 times, and Kobe did not miss his moments. 51 yards on the return, and another interception for this Rams secondary. The Rams Call of the Game is presented to you by the Call Jacob Injury Hotline, the only number LA trusts after an accident. 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789. And that was the Rams' first non-offensive touchdown of the season. And it surprised me a little bit when I heard that, Sua, because the Rams have been taking the ball away a lot this season. That's not something that they were particularly adept at the last few seasons, but this season they've been really good at taking the ball away from the opponent.
It's because we're used to the D-line just getting after the quarterback and getting sack fumbles.
Yeah.
And landman punching everybody in their chest and making them fumble. That's been a thing. But first time we really saw the DBs outside of Lake be aggressive and make a play on the ball and capitalize with points.
When your defense scores points, especially when your defense scores points early in the game, it's just a game changer. You could feel that, whatever – I don't even want to say that Tampa had any momentum, because they didn't have. No. But the Rams go down. They score right away. Bucs get the ball back. They throw the pick six the other way. And even at 14-0, it felt like that thing was a wrap.
Yeah, it's a double whammy because offense gets a break and somehow still gets points on the board. Defense is playing with confidence. After that pick six, you saw the defense just kind of put their hair back and start getting after Baker, and he didn't last much longer. Got knocked out of the game, and at that point, you just knew the game was over. It was out of reach before the half even ended.
Certainly over at the half, 31-7 by the time we got there. Let's take a look around the rest of the league. The top games are brought to you by Morongo. Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Let's start with this one. The Bears beat the Steelers 31-28. Caleb Williams, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns along the way. The Chicago Bears are good? Is that how we're saying?
Chicago Bears are very lucky. How about that?
Is that? Oh, yeah. That makes more sense to me than they're good. Or are they good, Sua?
I mean, they
8-3.
They look pretty good. They look good. Offense looks good at least. I don't know what else to say. Caleb's balling. You can't hate on him.
So the other MVP candidate that I think at least can make a case, I don't think it's as compelling a case as the one Matthew Stafford can make, is Drake May of the Patriots. 22 out of 35, 294 yards and a touchdown in the Patriots' 26-20 win over the Bengals. Is there any case for May over Stafford at this point?
No. I mean, I think he's the second best quarterback in the league right now, but he doesn't even have 25 touchdowns. Stafford's had 25 touchdowns the last 8 games, 0 picks. So it's if there was a 1B, I would say May, but the 1A there's a clear difference between the two.
The Giants should have beat the Detroit Lions. Instead, the Lions beat the Giants 34-27 in overtime. We saw Jameis Winston throw a flea flicker for a touchdown. We saw Jameis Winston catch a touchdown pass and shake a linebacker in the process and throw him out of bounds. And then, of course, the Giants, because bad teams do dumb stuff, they lost the game anyway. They're 2-10.
Did you see Malik Neighbors tweeting, "We must be doing this on purpose. No way we call a play like that and give the ball back with that much time left. We gotta be losing on purpose." And then he deleted the tweet.
Yeah, does he know that you can delete it all you want, that the second it goes up, half the world has it, and it's not going anywhere? When they went for it on that 4th down, it's like, what are you guys doing? Just kick the field goal and put them, with their backs against the wall and see what happens. I get it that the Giants aren't going anywhere, but win the damn game.
Giants, Jets, Browns. Who else goes in there? Panthers, Cardinals.
Yeah.
Cincy.
Maybe not the Panthers this year.
Okay.
What about Cincy? Go back to that for a second. There was some news earlier this week that Joe Burrow might be healthy enough to play before the end of the year.
And then all of a sudden he wasn't.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way you put him out there when you got a season. Like the Bengals are 3-8. They're not going anywhere. Why put Joe Burrow, who gets hurt a lot anyway, in harm's way?
They report on Thursday he was a full participant in practice. And then Friday, doubtful. I'm like, so what? I know he's ahead of schedule, but what was the point of even having him practice this early if he was never going to play?
Don't let him anywhere near the field, right?
No. Why?
That seems like an easy one. Why is right. Bad news for 9, because he and his Vikings lost 23-6. Nobody likes calling him 9 more than Sua Cravens likes calling J.J. McCarthy 9.
I just pictured the picture of him in the locker room. Like,
call him 9.
Is it 9 as in like the German word for no?
No.
Because that's what everyone in Minnesota is saying.
No, they call him 9. That's his alter ego. But that's been awful this year. And again, I got my head bit off by Vikings fans this preseason when I was like, hey, just letting you guys know, hearing rumblings directly from your camp, they don't like their quarterback. And now you know why.
9 had led his offense to 6 points, which is less than 9.
9.
And 9 had 2 interceptions, which is less than 9. But he had 0 touchdowns, which is less than 2. They absolutely botched that, didn't they? The Cousins, Darnold, like infinitely better than what they have in J.J. McCarthy.
And it's not fair, and I'm not going to pile on J.J. too much because it's not fair that he was put in this position because he had no business ever being drafted in the top 10, ever. But you can't blame a team for panic drafting you because the guy they wanted got picked ahead of them. So they're like, well, we got to leave with something. And you just, if Shedeur Sanders is a 5th-round pick, given what you saw on film, how the hell was JJ a top 10 pick when this was his go-to play in college right here? Right here.
Put it in the belly.
25 to 35 carries at Michigan. Right here. What did he show you that said, let's go spend a guaranteed $25 million?
You mentioned Shedeur Sanders. He's got his first start of his NFL career, and he led his team to a win, 24-10 against the Raiders.
But they weren't playing a real NFL team.
It also got Chip Kelly fired. Chip Kelly got
Shedeur
fired.
Can say that.
At the end of the night.
I got Chip fired.
Myles Garrett has 18 sacks. There are 6 games left in the season.
The only reason he won't be in the debate of greatest defensive player of all time with Aaron Donald is because he chose to sign his soul away and stay with the Browns for the money and never win a significant game ever in his life. And I don't feel bad for him because he literally chose it. He literally chose it.
When I have a rule that when someone offers you $300 million, you say
you take it.
Sure, I'll take that.
I want a house built on the river. Actually, I want my house floating on the river outside the stadium. Make it happen.
We'd like to offer you $300. That sounds great. I'll take that right here.
100%.
Here's the pen. I'm
and I get to go home January every year.
Yeah, and then I can bellyache if I want to do it.
Amazing. I mean, that's what Mike Trout gets.
Yeah, he's done too.
He's home every September.
By the way, current eBay listing for the Aaron Donald bobblehead from tonight, $125. That's night of, by the way.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Did you get one?
Did I get one?
Yeah.
No. Because
he's got one right there.
Oh, yeah.
Sir, would you like $125?
Do I hear a 150?
That's going to be worth like.
Yeah.
You could have got it signed today.
What about Shedeur? Is he the quarterback the rest of the year?
I mean, I think he'll be the quarterback the rest of the year, but I don't know if Shedeur played well today or if the Raiders are just that bad.
Yes.
So instead, yes.
Two things can be true at the same time. Shedeur could have a good day, and the Raiders could be terrible.
Just yes.
Rams all over the Bucs, 34-7. They are 9-2. Last game, the Tennessee Titans made it a little closer than I think anybody thought, but Seattle wins again. So they're right on the Rams' heels. So the Rams need to continue to kind of push forward if they're going to make sure that Seattle isn't able to catch them going into that Thursday night game.
Yeah, somebody's got to stop Jackson Smith and Jigba. That's
pretty good.
That is ridiculous.
I mean, Emmanuel Forbes did a good job of doing it last week.
He did. Yeah, he had another good night tonight. He had a pick before the end of the half. I mean, just the Rams have been really good for the last part of the 2 months. This is the best regular season run I've seen them on in a really long time. And they got a chance to continue it next week at Carolina. That's the next game. Kickoff is at 10. Sue and I will have your Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff coming up at 8 o'clock a week from today. And then, of course, we will have the Rams postgame show immediately following the game. Rams and the Carolina Panthers 1 week from tonight. The Rams beat the Bucs 34-7. For Emily Morales and Sue, I'm Travis Rogers. We'll see you next time.
Hey guys, it's Leslie. It's the Black Friday